So this video is about what to do when you suddenly find that you have an additional stitch in your count. So I would recommend counting your stitches on your arm. Every 2 or 3 rows, just do a quick count along your arm to make sure that you still got the original 14. Now if you were to do a count and you suddenly had 15, then this is how you're going to basically reverse through these stitches until you find the culprit, basically. So what we are going to do is to undo each of these stitches until we find which one or where the additional extra stitch is. And we're going to be passing these backwards onto our opposite arm. Okay, so we're literally just going backwards. So to reverse, you're going to basically remove the first stitch, and then you're going to just pull on the working yarn to pull that stitch out, that loop out of where it's sitting at the moment, which gives you a free loop here to pass over onto your opposite arm. Just move that out of the way a bit. So let's do the next one. So take the next loop off, then you pull on the working yarn just to remove that loop from where it's sitting to give us another free loop on the left, so we can slide that over. So far we haven't come across any slightly dodgy looking ones. Now it will look a bit strange, or it won't come apart as freely and as neatly as these are, so we'll see. So that one's okay. Let's have a look at this one. So we'll slide that one off, pull on the working yarn to take it out of its loop, gives us a free loop to pass back over this way. Still haven't found it. That one comes out quite nicely. Okay, so we've reached this point now where I've just taken, I'll reverse again, so I'll just take that next one off, and as I do, it's still kind of attached, so there's something else on my arm here. So this looks like where we've picked up an extra one. So it's not, you can't pull on the working yarn and freely remove the loop because it seems to be still attached to this arm. So I'm going to take the next one off as well. Okay, and now I'm going to pull on the working yarn. You see, so I've pulled on that, which gives us just one loop to pass over to this side. So that was our additional one. We've removed both now from my arm. So there were the original one plus the extra one. By removing them both off my hand and pulling on the working yarn, I was left with just one loop. Okay, so we've got rid of the culprit. So we're back to a good place now. And so we know that these now need to be knitted back across to this arm in the correct way. So we've got rid of the extra one, so we can carry on. So old arm grabs the yarn, and we'll just knit these back across to where they were. And it's probably just worth showing you actually how you would have picked up an extra stitch. So usually it's when you're at that point where you're taking the stitch off your hand to drop it, but instead of dropping it, so you're taking it off with these fingers, and then for some reason your brain goes, oh, I might just slide that one over onto my arm as well, and then you're left with the loop, that your new loop anyway that you made to pop on. So you slide them both over. I can show you that one more time. Actually, sorry, that's already done. So so what you would do to accidentally accumulate a new stitch is when you're making your new stitch, you take this one off to drop it, but instead of dropping it, you also pop that on to your wrist as well as your new stitch. Okay, and then a reminder one more time of how to remove that. So we go backwards, you take the first one off, you take the weird second one off, you pull on the working yarn, and it removes the strange one, leaving you with one loop to place back on your opposite arm.